Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's look is just something fun for the holidays with a bold red lip and some gold smoked out eyeshadow. I wanted to do something fun and quick and easy for you, so I hope you guys all enjoy. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel before you leave and keep watching. Alright, let's get started. So first I am just putting a light neutral brown all over my lid for a nice even transition color. This is from the Nikki Tutorials Too Faced palette. It's just a light brown, and I am just going to put that all over the top of my lid. I already have my brows done and my tape on, so I'm just bringing that all the way out to the tape. Then there's going to be a little bit of a filming glitch where you miss some of the dark brown. Anyway, this is the same palette, darkest brown in there, and I am just pushing that all the way out at the outer corner and just slightly bringing it in. Next, I am dipping into one of my Morphe palettes. I just grabbed this dark brown and I am just putting that right at the very edge. The nice thing about the tape is that it's going to give you that perfect edge that you're looking to get with this look, and you don't have to worry about stopping that darker color before you go too far off the side of your face. The tape will stop you. I'm still going in with the dark brown, and I'm just really making sure that it is dark as going to get out there without going to a black shade. I didn't want to use black on this look. And I also want to make sure that both sides are even. That way one isn't super smoky and the other is not. I'm also using my Luxe 231 fluffy brush. I love this brush. It is wonderful for everything. I need to clean it, but I love this brush. It's great. Now what I'm doing, I'm just using one of my old Urban Decay brushes that I got from one of my Naked palettes that I don't even use anymore. And I am using an Estee Lauder eyeshadow base. And what I'm doing is I'm just carving out where I want my lightest shade to be. So when I put my light shade on, it won't just disappear. It'll have a nice surface to go onto. And I'm really just carving out exactly where I want that to go. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking this light shimmery silver shade from my Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. I'm putting that all over the eyeshadow base that I already laid just to give it a lightness so I can see exactly what I've got going on. At this point it's kind of a mess, but that's totally okay. We're going to clean it up in a minute. Then what I'm going to do is take the color right below it. It's this light coppery gold color, and I'm just going to put that on the outer corner because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do on the inside yet. And it wasn't quite giving me the color that I wanted, so I took this orange gold bronze, I'm going to call it orange gold bronze, from the Morphe 35P palette, and it is exactly what I was looking for. It's bold, shimmer, and it's giving me life right now. So I'm just going over exactly where I put that silver shade. As you can see on the other eye right now, what I'm doing is I'm kind of blending it up right in the very front corner of my eye just so that I don't have a harsh line right there. I did want it to look pretty smooth, but I did also want it to still look cut at the other end. So I'm just going to blend that, and blend that because blending is life. Now I am going to torture you guys and let you watch me do winged liner, which is still a work in progress because I am just really bad at this. And the nice thing about the tape is that it's a little cheat sheet for doing winged liner. I did cut out a good chunk of this process because it's about 25 minutes long for me to do winged liner. And it involves a lot of swearing and praying that I can just make this wing look as good as I need it to. And it still looks funky at the end, so just pray for my winged liner because it needs to get better. Then I went ahead, took off the tape. I used a makeup wipe, cleaned off my face, and popped on some lashes. Now I'm just going in with my Hourglass Foundation. This is the, not the lightest shade. I believe this one is Porcelain. I could be wrong. Maybe it's Alabaster. I should double check that. Anyway, I'm just going to place that all over my face, and then I'm using my Morphe foundation brush to just buff it out. It's a lot easier before I start just swirling it around to actually buff it out a little bit, and I had to speed this up quite a bit because it takes me a minute, but you can see I go back and forth in pouncing motions to swirling motions. I also took out my nose ring because I just want to make sure that I have this evenly blended around my nose. If I don't take out my nose ring, sometimes I have a mess going on around my nostrils. I really like this foundation. It matches my skin tone pretty perfectly. I look a little bit ghostly, but I actually match the rest of my body for once, which doesn't happen very often. So usually I have a foundation that makes me look too pink or too yellow. This one just makes everything blend nicely. So I'm just really making sure everything is blended. Okay, I'm popping my nose ring back in, and then I am going to get started with my concealer. I am using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the lightest shade they have. I am trying to elongate my face by highlighting all the way down the middle of my nose. I also got my beauty blender very damp. It helps me to soak up the excess concealer, and it also just helps for a really flawless finish when everything is blended out. So I'm just using pouncing. I'm not really sliding or anything, just pouncing the beauty blender everywhere I need that to blend out. And then I'm going to go ahead and start setting everything. I'm using the Anastasia contour kit. I don't use any of the banana powder shade. I just use the two light shades on the sides. It's also the lightest contour kit that she has. And I'm just going to go ahead and set everywhere that I put that concealer. And then I'm going to dip into that Morphe palette, the 35P. And I'm just putting a little bit of that gold shade underneath my waterline for some added color. I also, in order to really accentuate the eyes, I dipped back into that Juvia's Place palette with that silvery color, and I popped that in my inner corners just to really brighten the eyes and make them look a little bigger. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some black eyeliner. This is a black liner from Clinique. I'm not bringing it all the way to the inner corner of my eye, and that's because I think that when I do that, it personally makes my eyes look very small, and I don't love that. But I am making sure to attach it to my wing in the very back there, and I'm also putting a little bit right below the waterline. I don't know if you can tell, but I am blending it on the waterline and right below the waterline. And the struggle is real when you're doing it halfway across your eye. Okay, now I'm just blending out that black on the bottom with some dark brown from one of my Morphe palettes. I just want to make sure everything is super nice and blended down there so that I don't have a harsh dark line. And then what I'm going to do is pop on some mascara to my lower lashes. I have really long lashes, but I love coating them and giving my eyes that spidery look. This is also the Clinique High Impact mascara. Then I'm going to contour using my Anastasia contour kit. I never realized how much I actually move my head when I use this brush. It's not very, I don't like to really rub it across my skin, so I guess I kind of move my head a lot. I never noticed. Anyway, I like to contour all the way around the edges of my face. I just think it gives me some definition and kind of gives my face a little facelift, which is what I'm looking for out of life. And then I'm going to go get ready real quick and come back with my hair curled and a shirt on. And I'm going to pop on some lipstick. I am going to use a red lipstick, and the only red liner I happen to have is by Kylie Cosmetics, and it's Mary Jo. It's a little more pink than the lipstick I'm going to be using, but that's okay. I'm just going to outline all the way around my lips. I do have very weird shaped lips, so they're never even. This color is also going to be a little more pink than the red lipstick, and you will see that in just a second. But it's still going to do the job since it is a red liner. Okay, and I am using the Ruby Woo lipstick from MAC. It's a gorgeous red. It's like the only true red in the world. I don't really know if that's a fact, but I think it's the most red lipstick that I've ever seen. There's no orange in it. There's no pink in it. It's just red. It's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and for some reason mine was a little dry feeling. And you can see how crooked my lips are right there. And anyway, I'm putting this lipstick all over the liner and making sure that you don't see any of that pink shade. Um, and I'm trying to make sure that they look as even as possible. Now I am using some blush. It's the Amaretto color from the Jaclyn Hill Becca collab, of course. It's my favorite blush ever. And I'm just applying this with an old Bare Minerals blush brush. Then I am going to highlight. I'm, of course, using Champagne Pop. It's my favorite highlight ever. And I am just putting that everywhere because you can never have too much highlight. But really, I'm using a Morphe fan brush. I'm putting that all the way around the sides of my cheeks, popping it on my nose. And then I'm also going to highlight my brow bone with just a little bit of that Champagne Pop color. Okay, and that completes this look, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video and enjoyed watching me try and do winged liner because I know it was a struggle. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Bye!
I keep